Right. Yeah, the question was about the sustainability triangle, and if you find folks that are focused only on one side of the triangle, the ethics, will they care about the science or economics? It's a great question, and I think what we have to be able to do as a food system is first of all identify who's the audience. And I'm not really interested in talking to anybody who's more than one standard deviation from the mean. I either don't need them or I'm not going to get them. Okay? Everybody in this room is already pretty supportive of commercial farming and commercial production. Folks that oppose production of any kind are going to be diehard in their beliefs, and I'm not going to move them. What I'm interested in is that rational majority that is interested in consuming meat, milk, and eggs, food produced in a conventional way, but they simply want to know that it's produced in a way that's consistent with their values. That those who raise animals indoors are committed to doing what's right, making sure the animals have appropriate care, and that the science supports that, and then they are concerned about economics. Every survey that we do every year, the top 5 issues that come up from consumers are all about me and my family as it relates to my personal economic situation, food security, food safety, food affordability, economics, etc. So that group will care. And when one side of that gets out of balance, it really is incumbent on the rest of us in the food system to say, you know what, we've got to bring that back into balance. So when someone raises only an ethical question, we can say, you know what, we do have an ethical obligation to make sure those animals are well cared for, but we also have an obligation to make sure that what we're doing is scientifically verified and that we make food affordable and available to others. And if we can't use responsible today contemporary systems, we won't be able to provide affordable food for a large number of people. And that becomes an ethical issue. So it does give you a way to take that. But again, I'm focused on that group that's in the middle of the bell curve, not that group that's more than one standard deviation from the mean, because we're not going to move them. Yeah, it's the tyranny of the vocal minority. Yeah, no, we really do suffer from the tyranny of the vocal minority, but what we can do is provide the reinforcement to that rational majority and other decision makers, whether they're buyers, they're customers, policymakers, or legislators, to help them understand we're committed to doing what's right. Historically, the way we fought that argument has been they'll bring an ethical or a values-based argument, and we'll try to fight that with science. And then we put the decision makers in a no-win position, because it's a lose-lose proposition at that point. So what we need to be able to do when somebody brings an ethical or a value-based statement is to say, you know, I'm glad you raised that question, because raising animals in barns is actually better for the animals. It's allowed us to control the environment, to protect them from weather extremes and from predators, and to make sure they have consistent nutrition and care every single day. So you're right to be concerned about how animals are cared for. I'm concerned about how animals are cared for too. In addition to all of the benefits to the animal, it also is very scientifically verified that this is the right thing to do, and it allows us to also produce a much more affordable supply of food than anywhere else in the country. So it's a win-win-win situation, as opposed to trying to fight a values or ethical argument with science. Otherwise, we just keep shouting back and forth past each other. Good question. The question was, do the increases in productivity reflect positively or negatively with the public, and does the public believe that we're somehow exploiting the land or the animals to achieve that level of productivity? And some of that goes back to the whole values-based question again. What are the values? Can we demonstrate our commitment to things like compassion, responsibility, respect, fairness, and truth through that? Yes, we've improved productivity. We've changed the way we operate, but our commitment to do what's right has never been stronger. For example, we used advanced genetic technology to improve seed corn. We've used low-till or no-till productivity to assure that we're protecting the environment and preserving the environment, which allows us to produce more using fewer resources. That allows us to do the right thing for the animals, the right thing for the planet, the right thing for people, and continue to grow our productivity. So if all we show is the productivity increase, the answer could be yes, if we explain why we do it and the benefits, not to farmers, but the benefits to society and to consumers. That's when we can help have a productive conversation. Part of the problem is we talk about the enhances and the increases in efficiency and productivity. Those benefits accrue to production. We don't talk about the benefits that accrue to society or to the public from the changes that we've made. There are phenomenal benefits to society, to the environment, to the animals, and to the public from the increases in productivity. That's what we need to talk about. But when we talk about increases in efficiency, what we generally talk about, it's this many more bushels per acre. Well, we can translate that, and we understand because we connect the dots into the benefits to society. But if you're not involved in agriculture, all you see is, well, that means more money in the farmer's pocket. Why should I care? Why is that a benefit to me? And we haven't done a very good job of helping people understand no-till and low-till has allowed us to protect the environment, to reduce water resources, to reduce runoff. Using genetically modified seed has dramatically reduced the amount of chemicals that we have to use. We'll be able to produce crops using less water, which means there will be more water available for people. But we haven't done a good job of connecting the dots and helping people understand these benefits in productivity and efficiency actually have societal benefits, not just benefits to producers. That's where we have the opportunity to really improve our communication. Yeah, great question. Are there examples of other groups that are doing good work to kind of communicate this same message? One of the things that Philip, you know, and others know as well, is the communication environment is changing so rapidly that it's more difficult than ever to say, this is the answer, this is the way to communicate with people. As we look at dividing the society into some different adopter categories, you've got innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. And what we found is where those sectors go for information varies dramatically. The early adopters, the group that drives social change, go first to the web. They go online before they go anywhere else. Early and late majority go to local television. The challenge is there is no silver bullet. There is no single medium, there is no single approach that's going to allow us to be successful. So if you look at this, you really have to approach it as a marathon and not a sprint if you're going to be successful. And to recognize that we're not going to win with a campaign. We're not going to win with a message. It's going to have to be a sustained effort where we begin to fundamentally redefine today's food system as being the ethical choice. We've allowed ourselves to be defined by others for a long time. And then we're constantly responding and trying to react to that and redefine how they've defined us. This is our opportunity to get out in front of that and to say, today's food system is a great opportunity for us to be proud of what we do because of the phenomenal benefits to society. There are some things that we've done through the Center for Food Integrity, Farmers Feed Us, and some other activities that have worked well. There are also some other great programs that are being executed by groups all across the country. But the one thing I can tell you from Farmers Feed Us is when we showed today's farming systems, and we showed contract growers, we showed integrators, we showed farmers walking through barns of tens of thousands of turkeys. When we went back and surveyed those who'd been to the website, met the farmers, etc., 95%, a minimum of 95% in every state agreed that they found the farmers knowledgeable, approachable, and the kind of people I want producing my food. So values-based messaging can trump the objection to size. If we can help people understand that, sure, my operation has changed just like every other sector of society. I employ technology in a responsible way to allow me to continue to produce more using fewer resources. But my commitment to doing what's right as a farmer has never been stronger. And it's my commitment to you to produce safe, nutritious, affordable food. And then find the ways to engage with people all up and down the food system. Do more food system engagement like you're doing here to help people all up and down the supply chain understand how important and interdependent we are. We're no longer independent silos. If there's something that happens to one sector, it ripples all the way up and down the food chain. So we have to continue to find ways to work together to build trust in today's food system, regardless of whether you're a producer, a processor, a restaurant, or a retailer. We are all connected and rely on the same system. Again, I want to thank you very much for the time and the opportunity to be here, and I'll be here throughout the rest of the day. Thank you.